An issue I want to bring up is guys who try to defend themselves against what's happening, but they don't want to admit, they don't want to come up and say, look, I am a victim of this kind of sexism. So they try and put themselves behind a shield of something else like censorship or what's it, free speech. You see, it's the idea of fighting against censorship or fighting for free speech. Those are seen as noble goals. So that's how they try to protect themselves, and it's a failure in the end. A recent sub of mine, he has his channel and he had this video on his channel. And here's a take. Look, curb your government. See, they're going to make a men's issue about the government, right? So let's hear a bit of this.
Is the boot. AFL star Taylor Harris has felt the sting of online abuse.
It's too much. It's not on.
This photo of her mid-kick attracted hundreds of derogatory comments.
There you go. First of all, see what the media is doing? Derogatory comments. They're not explaining what the comments are. Now take a look at this picture. She's a good-looking girl, is great shape. So they're not going to pick on her about her looks. She's not crashing down face down, so they're not making fun of her flubbing, right? So what are they talking about? No doubt it's probably guys giving sexual comments. Like, I would love to be in that, or something like that. This is what I'm guessing. And so this is going to be a clampdown on guys and the internet. And it's always going to be put in these neutral terms, like trolls. And the irony is, or the irony is the wrong word, but the problem is everyone knows what's happening, but they never voice what's happening. They never say, like, the people talking about this are, this video, they never voice exactly what's going on, but everyone knows what they're talking about.
Hundreds of derogatory comments.
It's not just something that you can push aside. It's
Yes, you can. I get dirty, nasty comments to me all the time. I just ignore them or block them.
like a horrific thing that happens.
And she's not alone.
Up to 60% of young people online.
Not alone, and they show a young woman, right? Right. So it's about the guys giving comments that girls don't like. This is what this is. What is happening, guys, is we're becoming cotton pickers. It's second-class citizenry.
Alone.
Up to 60% of young people online are witnessing cyberbullying.
Some situations have been so bad that they've led to suicide.
Now the federal government is taking action. Tough new laws will be introduced into Parliament next year.
Australians need to be safe online as offline, and the rule of law has to apply.
Trolls will be issued with an immediate takedown notice. If they refuse to comply within 24 hours, they'll be hauled.
Trolls are guys, trust me.
Before the federal court and face hefty fines of up to $111,000 for individuals, $500,000 for giants such as Facebook and...
There you go. They're going to make sure that Facebook and what is it, Twitter or Tumblr, whatever it is, are going to police guys' speech. They're going to make sure guys know their place when it comes to the girls. Trust me.
And Twitter. They'll also be forced to reveal the identities of anonymous users.
There you go. And this is, to me, criminal behavior.
We cannot live in a world where internet platforms are above the law.
And this is what I'm talking about here. They're talking about Congress talking about prohibiting free speech, right? America in 1789. Look, what if you don't live in America? And even if you do, it's avoiding the real issue. This is a sexist issue towards men. It's second-class citizenry. Men are being turned into second-class citizens, cotton pickers. And the women are above us. And if you try to make this a free speech issue, I mean, it might look on the surface like it's good strategy, but it isn't, because it always avoids the real issue. Now, here's the other one, the censorship one, right? This is about an anime called Miss Kobayashi's Maid Dragon, where they changed the dubbing, right? They didn't censor the dubbing. I mean, they didn't censor the actual words. They changed them. That's an important distinction. And these guys are going to try to make it about censorship because, again, defending themselves, men think so little of themselves that they don't think defending themselves is a noble cause. So they make it about what they think is a noble cause.
She and fellow scriptwriter Tyson Reinhardt caused substantial controversy with the release of Prison School's simulcast English dub. Specifically in episode 7, Marky's character mentioned Gamergate, a hashtag used by gamers to voice their displeasure at the dishonest gaming media, as well as—
There you go. There's another problem. About the dishonest gaming media. This has nothing to do with these little nobodies, these gaming medias. But these guys bring it up because they don't want to deal with the fact that they're being abused. They're being put into the second-class citizenry. These dubs were to shit on the male fans.
the censorship and politicization of video games at the hands of—
There you go. Censorship and politicization. It's not political. This happens worldwide. This is not just Funimation in the dubbing. You see it everywhere because it's in our bones. It's the way men and women view one another. Women see men beneath them, and men want to abuse other men and placate to women. And so that's why you see it everywhere. And so these guys try to hide, again, behind, oh, it's identity politics. Anyone who says identity politics is too afraid to say what it is. And then it becomes a failure. And again, they're talking about censorship. It's not censorship. It's alteration.
feminist and social justice warriors. Gamergate was never
At
mentioned—
least he said feminist. But of course, social justice warriors, you could leave out because they're just feminist attack dogs.
in the Japanese dub, nor the original source material. The resulting backlash and boycott from Gamergate supporters, their opponents, and ordinary anime fans caused Funimation to change the line back to how it should have been in the first place. At the time, Jamie Markey took—
You know, that's why in school prison, the anime school prison, they pissed on Gamergaters. Because all Gamergaters are guys who at least put up a facade of standing up for themselves. So Jamie Marchi and all these crowds, they're basically saying these cotton pickers don't know their place. And that's why they hate these guys' guts. But even these guys, again, fail because they're not willing to say, we know you're abusing us because we're guys, and we won't put up with that. They want to hide behind, the censorship shield and the free speech shield. And I'm here to tell you guys that's the last thing you should be doing. You should be saying obvious. Look, I'm a human being. I'm just as important as the female half of the place I live. That's what you should be saying. Stop hiding behind shields. Stop trying to say, here's a cause that's noble and I'll attach myself to it. The cause of you saying you're a first-class citizen is a noble cause. And that's what you should be saying. And that's what you should be doing. This is how you should be placing it, for lack of a better term. This is how you should be voicing it. I'm not a second-class citizen. This has nothing to do with censorship and free speech. I am not going to be, second-class citizen on social media platforms just because I was born with a penis. That's what you guys have to say. Thank you. And that's all I need to say about this. Goodbye.